Hello and good morning, everybody. Welcome to week 3. Dr. Bob here. Okay, so I just want to make a few quick comments about the discussion board. First off, I would ask that you use the first name of the person to whom you're replying in your replies. It's a courtesy, it's a nice thing to do, and it also shows me that you are engaging in a positive way. And so far I'm seeing plenty of that. I'm very pleased with the discussion board assignments that you've been turning in. Things look really good so far. Okay, so this week's discussion board has to do with cultural identity. And I like this topic because as a kid growing up in Cleveland, Ohio, in a blue-collar neighborhood, there were people of many different ethnic origins. Granted, most of them were all white. Well, all of them were white, but they were of all different national origin. Ireland, Scotland, Italy, France, Poland, Germany. And many of them were first or second generation immigrants. My own mother, her parents were immigrants as well. They were Lebanese and Syrian. And even though I never really identified with that culture, I kind of always saw myself as American, right? And which was not uncommon of third generation. So the question has to do with cultural identity and what sort of things you associate with that. And the only time I ever get a little bit of cultural identity is during St. Patrick's Day, perhaps, because my father was Irish and Scotch. So anyway, that's your discussion board question for this week, and I know that many of you do come from various other places other than the U.S. where you do identify with your ethnic or racial identity, and so I'm curious to read your responses in the discussion board. Okay, I want to talk to you quickly too about the public sociology paper, and again, it's further down the road. I think I always apologize. It's week 8 or 9, but you can find it in assignments. It's never too early to start on it, but the key things to keep in mind is to make sure you look at the rubric, because in the rubric what you'll see is that what I'm looking for is first identify a social problem in your community. Now, what I mean by that is this. Look, social problem in your community can be anything from homelessness to lack of grocery stores to crime, graffiti, vaping, anything like that. But the key thing is to try to keep it focused within your community. However you define your community is fine. And okay, so you've defined a problem in your community. Next, do a little research on that problem. Why is it a social problem in your community? What is the data? What can you find about it? Then the thing I look for, probably most importantly, is how do you resolve that problem? Right? What do you recommend to resolve that social problem in your community? And I can tell you in the past, having taught this in the classroom, I've had students who've done various things. I had a lady who had problems with these rentals that they have here in Las Vegas, these party rentals, if you will, in her neighborhood. And she was able to get her neighbors together and petition the city council and to put some limits on these things. Had another lady who didn't like the fact that the girls in her daughter's middle school were dressing rather provocatively in her mind. And so she was able to get school uniforms into the middle school. Had another one where they recognized that the gym that he belonged to didn't have recycle. And people were just throwing away the plastic water bottles. And so he got that going on. Now, again, I'm not asking you to implement any of these things, but I am asking you to find solutions to these social problems, because that is what we do as sociologists. Lastly, I wanted to mention to you that in the winter quarter, I am teaching a online class on racial and ethnic relations in the United States. So if any of you are interested in picking up another course in the winter, another sociology course, you might keep that one in mind. Apologize for the raspy throat this morning. I hope you're all having a good week. And again, I'm always here to answer any of your questions or concerns. So please keep in touch, and I hope you all have a great week. I'll talk to you later. Thanks. Bye.